Hey guys, Lucas here. Today I've got a really small, tiny, but very useful, hopefully, and timely tip for you about what makes you not follow through with things and how to wrap your mind around what's really happening when you don't do what you set out to do. So what you may not realize is that most of the time when you don't follow through, you don't really fail. You don't completely fail. What really happens is you're just a little bit off. You're a tiny bit off. And that tiny bit sets off a waterfall effect that then kind of spreads around and totally messes you up. But it's just that one tiny thing that usually is a trigger or the thing that keeps you away from whatever you want to do, from whatever goal or direction you want to take in life or struggle that you have right now. One cool example that I've heard of about this is if you ever talk with plastic surgeons, it's pretty fascinating that the difference between a really beautiful person, a really beautiful face, and someone who's really ugly are tiny millimeters. So there's a distance that like between your upper lip and your nose that makes you beautiful. And if you're just a millimeter or two off, you're terrible. You're really ugly. And that is consistent. I think that is consistent with what happens with diets, what happens with pretty much anything you do. That it's only a small difference that's actually giving you the bigger result. So for these videos, for example, I started doing them a while back and I really wanted to follow through. And so I did make a few, but then I stopped because I just couldn't sort of, I don't know, maybe handle them or it just wasn't working. And over time I realized that, well, I really enjoyed talking and I really enjoyed preparing for them. So what is the thing that's actually making me stop? That's stopping me every day from standing in front of a camera and doing these. And it wasn't any of the things that were important, it was the editing. It was the setup of professional camera and mics and all that. And even though it is kind of important to have the best quality you can get and all that, it's not as important as actually following through, as actually making sure that you do a video, for me, that I do a video every day. And I think if you really dive deep and think about what you're doing, about your effort in something, you'll realize that there is probably something little, something tiny that's keeping you away. Something that you can probably get rid of, that you can probably eliminate or skip, and you'll still be fine. So figure out that thing, whether it's a trigger or an element that you can in a diet and an element that you can skip. Figure out what it is and get rid of it, because it doesn't matter that these videos aren't amazing quality, that I'm not using a professional camera and a professional mic and studio lights. I'm making them, and that's 95% of it. And that's gonna be the same for your diet or in school or whatever you may be doing. Find out what's important, and if it really is important and you like doing it, then you should be able to follow through. Eliminate bullshit and you'll be fine. Until next time.